didn't do enough to prevent the disaster.
Duh.
The summary report was prepared by 180 scientists from more than 40 countries. The IAEA board examined it this week before a final version is issued in September. The report says there were projections that a magnitude 8.3 quake would lead to tsunami measuring up to 15 meters high. It says officials at Tokyo Electric Power Company didn't take necessary precautions. The report also points out to measures to prevent the flooding of emergency diesel generators were inadequate. The experts have proposed a periodic review of safety requirements. They also recommend assuming scenarios in which multiple natural disasters occur simultaneously.
It's laughable and troubling, both combined.
All nuclear reactors in Japan remain offline. Some utilities are turning to coal-fired power generation as a low-cost and stable alternative. But Environment Ministry officials are against a plan to build a new power plant in western Japan, citing global warming concerns.
What's so funny now?
I sometimes just think funny things.
An operator that has secured funding from J-Power and Osaka Gas is planning to build a 1.2 million kilowatt plant in Ube City. The ministry has conducted an environmental impact study of the project. Environment Minister Yoshio Mochizuki said he will submit a letter of objection to the Economy, Trade and Industry Ministry, which has the authority to approve the plan.
I fear the operation of the thermal power plant could undermine Japan's efforts to achieve its greenhouse gas emissions reduction goal.
You cursed rat! Look what you've done! I'm melting! Melting! Oh, what a world! What a world!
Earlier this month, the government proposed a 26% cut in emissions from 2013 levels. Environment Ministry officials are encouraging the use of renewable energies such as solar and wind power. They're calling for limiting coal-fueled power generation, which involves sizable carbon dioxide emissions. But Economy, Trade and Industry Ministry officials support the method because it is low cost and stable.
In nuke news, back in 2014, an explosion ripped through the Waste Isolation Pilot Plant, or WIPP, in New Mexico. An underground dump for nuclear waste produced at the nearby Los Alamos weapons facility. A total of 34 workers were exposed to toxic radiation as a result of that explosion, 13 of whom suffered from internal radioactive contamination, meaning they got it in their bodies, inside. At first, the cause of the accident was a mystery, but slowly but surely the story started to leak out. Now it appears that the explosion occurred when workers at the WIPP used the wrong kind of kitty litter. Yes, that's right, kitty litter. You know the stuff you use to keep your cat's poo from smelling up the house? Pretty crazy, right? So why are we using kitty litter to store nuclear waste? And what does this tell us about the overall safety of our nuclear waste facilities? With me now for more on this is Paul DiRienzo, independent investigative journalist and contributor to Who, What, Why. Paul, welcome.
Welcome, thank you.
So kitty litter, huh? What the heck is going on here?
Well, kitty litter is used. It was not really supposed to be used, the organic kitty litter. They were supposed to use a clay-based inorganic kitty litter. And many stories have been told. The one I seem to have latched onto in my report, and I think is pretty much representative of what happened, is that the instructions from Livermore National Laboratory to pack the waste, which contained liquid nitrates, in inorganic kitty litter was misidentified as the two words inorganic kitty litter. And the organic kitty litter, they eventually packed the waste in, reacted with the liquids in the barrel, and formed a patented plastic explosive, according to one report.
A patented?
So they should have known. Yeah,
really?
A patented, meaning one that they knew would have existed.
Oh, I see. That's remarkable. Why kitty litter? I mean, to begin with, and I mean, are they ordering this stuff on Amazon.com or something, or are we talking about tons and tons of it? I mean, what's the deal?
No, they went and bought it. My understanding is, and we're still learning about this, and it's really just coming out in dribs and drabs, to be honest with you, is that they went to a local market and bought it.
Like a local supermarket or cat food store.
Yeah, it
or
was Sweet brand, Sweet Scoop brand, a very common brand.
Huh, amazing. Do they do this at other facilities?
This is the only one for at least true waste, transuranic waste, that I know of. There are some other private. In Texas, there's a place that's holding a number of barrels of this waste. The original report was that 1 barrel was involved in the explosion, but now it's coming out, according to the state of New Mexico and not the federal government, that up to 500 barrels have been so packed.
That's
and not their location. Their locations are not.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Their locations are not totally well known.
Yeah, 1 to 500. That's a little more than an order of magnitude. This explosion was contained pretty quickly. What could have happened if it wasn't contained quickly?
Well, I don't know if it really was contained. A number of barrels were affected. It was 1,600 degrees Fahrenheit within the area, and an area the size of a football field was contaminated. It's going to cost $500 million to fix, and many, many years.
Was the way that this played out a worst-case scenario, or was this like some sort of intermediate scenario? I mean, how bad could it have gotten if they had really? Close. Go ahead.
I would say it was, although what's reported as a small amount of radioactivity was released, none was supposed to have, considering it's supposed to hold radioactivity for 250,000 years, and it's only 15 years old. They're already releasing radioactivity, but it was prety close to a worst-case scenario.
Wow. There's a similar facility in West Valley, New York, near Buffalo, and it also doesn't have that great a safety record. And as you point out, I mean, this stuff is going to be radioactive for 1,000,000 years, and I'm not sure that the kitty litter store down the road is going to be there for 1,000,000 years. What does this tell us about the state of our nuclear industry, and not just, this is not just power, but weapons, you know, just the whole...
Right, it's mostly about weapons. The facility, the waste isolation pilot plant, is solely for weapons-related and nuclear weapons complex-related waste. True waste, transuranic waste, waste that's contaminated with elements beyond uranium on the periodic table, including plutonium. And it's about enough to fill, depending on who you talk to, 1 or 2 Empire State Buildings. It goes back to 1942, and it's been sitting basically at a handful of locations around the country, well, more than a handful, numerous locations around the country where work was done on the original atom bombs that were exploded in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So we're basically still throwing out and trying to figure out what to do with waste that was produced 75 years ago and not having any luck in disposing of it, and much less the stuff that came later during the Cold War. And the possibility, what's happening is that now places like Hanford, Washington, West Valley, New York, where weapons-related waste was often mixed with waste from nuclear power plants, and therefore it's not really clear what's there in the waste, including plutonium and other strontium, cesium, and other elements that are, in the case of West Valley, New York, been detected in the Great Lakes and in the rivers.